Imagine diving into a world of raging storms, crushing pressure, and endless blue gas. Now imagine you can't stop falling forever. This is what would happen if you fell into Neptune. Neptune, the farthest planet from the Sun, a mysterious ice giant swirling with supersonic winds and a deep blue atmosphere that hides secrets we can only imagine. But what if, just for a moment, you could jump right in? Would you float, burn, freeze, or be crushed before you even reach the core? Stay with me, because what lies beneath Neptune's clouds might change the way you see our solar system forever. Let's begin at the edge of Neptune, 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth. Here, sunlight is so weak it's like standing in twilight at noon. The planet's upper atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and methane, giving it that mesmerizing deep blue glow. But beneath that beauty lies chaos. You're floating toward Neptune in your spacesuit. The temperature outside? Minus 214 degrees Celsius. As you enter the thin upper atmosphere, it's calm, eerily calm. You're surrounded by blue haze. The methane scatters sunlight, making everything glow faintly aqua. It almost looks peaceful. But you're about to discover why Neptune is sometimes called the planet of storms. Suddenly, invisible forces grab you, winds screaming at over 2,000 kilometers per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound on Earth. Clouds of hydrogen and methane whip past like razor blades. You're spinning, tumbling, your suit sensors flashing red. Even robotic probes can't survive this long. The Voyager 2 spacecraft, the only one to visit Neptune, barely caught a glimpse before racing past in 1989. No one's been back since. As you plunge deeper, sunlight fades. Within minutes, the outside is pitch black. The pressure around you skyrockets 10 times, then 100 times, then 1,000 times the pressure on Earth. Your body, or even a spacecraft, would begin to deform. Metal bends, electronics fail, and yet, you're still falling. Neptune doesn't have a solid surface, there's nowhere to land. Instead, you're sinking into an ocean of dense gases that slowly turn into superheated fluids. Scientists believe that around 7,000 kilometers below the clouds, hydrogen begins to compress into a strange state known as metallic hydrogen, a liquid that conducts electricity. Lightning storms could be flashing all around you, illuminating the darkness for brief moments. You're now in a place that no human and no machine has ever seen. Deeper still, the temperature climbs hundreds, maybe thousands of degrees Celsius. But strangely, you're surrounded by what scientists call hot ice. It sounds impossible, but here's how it works. Under such extreme pressure, water molecules are forced into a crystalline state, even though it's incredibly hot. It's called Ice 7, or superionic ice solid water, that literally glows because its hydrogen atoms move like electric current. In other words, it's ice. That conducts electricity. You're falling through a churning ocean of molten ice and ammonia. A world that shouldn't exist, and yet it does. After tens of thousands of kilometers of falling, you'd approach the core if you could survive. The pressure here could exceed 10 million atmospheres. Temperatures might reach 7,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the Sun. The core may be made of rocky material mixed with water, ammonia, and methane in an exotic plasma state. It's no longer solid, no longer gas, something entirely in between. If you somehow reached it, your atoms would disintegrate. Long before impact, you'd simply become part of Neptune itself. A whisper of energy lost in an endless storm. Here's the real mystery. Even with all our technology, we still don't truly know what's inside Neptune. We've never sent a probe deep enough. Why? Because the planet's crushing atmosphere would destroy any spacecraft before it could send data back. And yet, there's something inside Neptune that could change everything we know about planetary science. Scientists suspect that within its heart lies the secret to creating diamonds. Yes, real diamonds. Here's where it gets fascinating. At certain depths, where methane molecules are squeezed under massive pressure, carbon atoms break apart and reform as diamonds. Imagine rain made not of water, but of shimmering gemstones. These diamonds may fall for thousands of kilometers before melting near the core. That means the interior of Neptune might literally sparkle. This theory isn't just poetic, it's backed by laboratory experiments. In 2017, researchers at SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory managed to recreate Neptune-like pressures and watched diamonds form instantly inside hydrocarbon samples. So if you fell into Neptune at some point, you might literally fall through diamond rain. Now imagine what that means for the planet's magnetism, heat, and structure. Those falling diamonds could release energy as they sink, helping to explain why Neptune radiates 2.6 times more heat than it receives from the Sun. In other words, Neptune glows from within. A self-heating world powered by its own storms, its own chemistry, its own alien heart. At this point in your fall, you'd be more energy than matter. But if your consciousness could somehow persist, if you could see what happens, you'd witness one of the strangest environments in the universe. A glowing core surrounded by a sea of diamond storms and lightning, encased in layers of blue methane clouds, spinning faster than sound itself. No light from the sun reaches here. Only flashes of electricity in an eternal storm. It's beautiful, terrifying, and utterly alien. And it makes us wonder, what else could be hiding in the giants we've barely explored? So, what if you fell into Neptune? You'd freeze, burn, be crushed, and eventually vaporize. But in the process, you'd pass through a planet unlike any other, a world of ice that isn't cold, storms that never end, and maybe, just maybe, a heart made of diamonds. It's a place where the laws of physics twist into something new, a glimpse into what planets beyond our solar system might look like. And as terrifying as it sounds, Neptune reminds us how little we truly know about the universe that created us. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe and check out the channel to find more amazing and new videos.